Hello, I am doing this video in front of my closet. I wanted to make a point about praying in whatever location you're at. It's sort of maybe beating a dead horse because, well, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, in the Bible it says, go into your closet, your prayer closet, and or your closet, or your innermost place in your home, and basically you're trying to make it so that people don't see you. You're not doing prayer to be seen. So I wanted to stand in front of my closet too, and also take you in there to have a little discussion about where praying locations, because it kind of also symbolizes praying styles. So, okay, I'm in my closet now here. So, my closet, you can see my laundry in the back, and behind that is a towel covering dog pee. This actually tends to be one of my not most frequently visited prayer locations. That's not true. But when I am desperate, and you've heard me mention that several times, so you can tell that happens frequently. Well, so I'm a homeschooling mother of 5 kids, and I, on a regular basis, do not feel uh, sufficient for the task set before me, which I believe is a very healthy place to be when we're in service for God, because when we're at a place where we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's Him at work within us and not ourselves, then we're at a healthy place. But it's not an easy place to be, because we often find ourselves desperate for His help. So I'm often, or not often, but on a regular basis, I will find myself sitting on this very floor, and in the dark. I would emphasize the point by turning off the light, but usually it's dark in here, trying to shut out the world and praying desperately to God for help in the moment, because I don't know how to solve a situation, or I don't know what to do. That is a very effective location, means, way of prayer. But I was going to also make the opposite point that at other times where you might find me, it would be downstairs sitting in my little glider that's super comfy, and that's a favorite place of mine, or at my table in front of like open Bible and commentaries and doing a Bible study and all that kind of stuff. Any of us who've been Christian for a long time, this is a pretty standard thing for us. But I wanted to emphasize that uh, being not being stuck on praying in a certain area and in a certain way or with a certain set of things, and just being willing to be moved by the Holy Spirit to pray as you need to in the moment. And I also wanted to make the point, because I have mentioned the whole patience thing so often, that there is I believe that there are a lot of myths about things you can ask God about and for, and I wanted to address one of them. One of my pet peeve myths is the comment of, well, don't pray for patience, because God will just give you lots of situations to find patience in, and you don't want that. I kind of believe that myth for a long time, and so I avoided praying for patience, because I didn't want God to be like, "Mwahaha, she's asked for it. I'm going to now give her lots of situations of patience." There was a point in time where I found myself sitting on the floor crying and desperate, and this was like, I don't know, I only had 2 kids at the time. I mean, it doesn't matter how many kids or what you got going on. As a parent, you're going to find yourself desperate. And so um I decided I just couldn't accept that myth at that moment. I just needed God's help. And so I prayed, and immediately He gave me peace in my heart, calmed me down. One of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control and patience. And so it is of God to pour out patience upon us when we need it. And so um, mainly it's just a matter of us asking and having the self-control in the situation to stop and ask. That's another hard thing for me in some situations. But anyway, I encourage you to stop and ask for patience when you need it, or anything else that you're not experiencing. And the way to kind of tell that is to go look at the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. There's 9 things listed as the fruit of the Spirit, which means evidence of the Spirit within you. If you are experiencing the opposite of those, so the opposite of love would be hate, the opposite of joy would be immense sadness. So go through the opposites of all of those, and if you're experiencing those, then you need to pray for an outpouring of God's Holy Spirit upon you to help in those situations. So the way to tell if you're having a problem is to go and look at those things and test yourself against that. And if you're human and living, then there's going to be some one of those that you're not doing well on, because none of us are perfect in that until we're made fully perfect on the other side of life in heaven with God and Jesus. But that's a good way to kind of tell where you need to, what you need to pray about in that situation. And a good spot to pray is on the floor of your closet. So welcome to the floor of my closet.